गोल्ड आप लॉकर में रख दोगे, स्टॉक आप फोन में रखोगे, डीमैट अकाउंट में रखोगे. एज अ नीलकंठ, एज अ ब्रांड, व्हाट you guys are creating right now? I mean, what are the ongoing projects that you guys are doing right now? Affordability एक बहुत बड़ा myth है. What is the Neelkanth legacy been so far?
Why you have to go to Lonavala, Khandala when you can enjoy the same? If you know, the first private building, commercial building in BKC is built by Neelkanth. India economy is so robust.
What is the major hurdle that a developer face? Is it something to do with land acquisition, or is it something to do with government approvals? Welcome once again to another episode of Real Estate Ka Real Gyan with Prop Gyani Girish Chalwani. Today I have the man who has born in real estate. I would like to welcome our CEO from Neelkanth Realty, Mr. Anil Dwivedi.
Thank you, Girish, for having me here.
Welcome,
And
sir.
I hope it's going to be nice conversation between us.
सर बहुत मज़ा आने वाला है. तो लोग बोलते हैं कि यार मतलब मेरा 10 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है. आप तो पैदा ही रियल एस्टेट में हो.
I know only real estate. So real estate का मुझे कुछ पता भी नहीं है. I can't do anything.
So you have spent almost 25 years in real
Yes.
estate. So एक छोटा सा सर ग्लिम्स चाहिए आपके लाइफ में, ठीक है? What you have experienced, good, bad, ugly, and what's the journey so far, and what are you doing at Neelkanth? So एक छोटा सा glimpse of 25 years.
So I'll just tell you the way I started. I came to Mumbai. I'm not from Mumbai. I came to Mumbai, and when I got real estate job, people used to say, "बस तुम builder के साथ काम करेगा." So I'm talking about those days when real estate used to be. People used to be say, "What real estate? Like builder means like not very professional and other thing." I started my career from there. I have seen ups and downs in real estate. I started as a typical sales guy, doing the side sales, doing the marketing, other things. Then I have grown and then reached this position in last 25 years. Worked with so many professional company, listed, non-listed, and other things. So basically, our promoter, Mr. Bhimjiani, he wanted to grow this company as a professional company, and coming from the typical, you can say that family-driven organization. Since he has studied from the US, Wharton, and he wanted to create as a professional. Like he's saying the company has to be run by professional. So we know each other, and he was requesting us, you come and join us, and then start this company and then build this company. So that's why I have come to Neelkanth. So that's the journey so far you can look at.
So it's a new journey which has started at Neelkanth. I would say Neelkanth Part 2,
Neelkanth
where
Part 2.
the young generation, or probably the more aggressive generation has come on board and would like to run this in a professional manner. जैसे बाकी टिपिकली हम लोग बोलते हैं रियल एस्टेट में लाला लोग चलाते हैं.
So Lala say now is yeah, you're right. So he actually wanted to change that Lala culture, and being himself being professional and studying the like Wharton and all, he said, "Boss, आप आ जाओ, and we want to build the this team, and then let's team run, let board run, let have the proper process and system there." So I said okay, and looking at the potential of this organization, because this organization has the legacy and all, so I said, well, let me join and let me take this company forward.
Great. So you would be part of Neelkanth, the new era that Neelkanth will form. However, what is the Neelkanth legacy been so far?
So if you look at this company, Neelkanth is, I think, they're in the market from last 4 decades. They have developed like basically on the central side of Mumbai, all the location, Chembur, Ghatkopar, Thane, we have developed good project, like you can say Neelkanth Woods, which is all the bungalow project where we have created. I think nobody can thought of creating that kind of bungalow scheme within the city. It's even though
no one can, sir, seriously. आपको बोलते ना कि प्रणाम है, आपने बनाया तो ठीक है, but no one can think about selling bungalow in Thane at a exorbitant price of 20-25
I can't say good price
crores.
because it's the right price today.
No,
but
I'm not saying that it's overpriced. I'm saying the kind of course, the product is there, no doubt about it. I'm not talking about that it's overpriced, but I'm saying the kind of ticket size that you're selling in Thane.
Why you have to go to Lonavala, Khandala when you can enjoy the same thing? So it's not a second home. The way we have created, it's a kind of your first home, and then as well you can enjoy the nature. So if you look at the foothill of like your national park, then we have another project called Neelkanth Heights, which we have again next to the open lake, next to Ure Lake. Like you are getting like 100% oxygen, view like 360-degree view. You can get all the hill and lake view. I can also mention that, like, if you know, the first private building, commercial building in BKC is built by Neelkanth.
Okay.
People may not be aware there's a Fortune 500 building that there at BKC.
Okay.
We have developed like almost 7 million square feet has been delivered. We have 6,000 family happily staying there. Always created a like affordable, we can't say affordable, it's a luxury kind of thing, but there we have given the uplift of the lifestyle of the people. I can give when people have not thought of the gated community, that time Neelkanth had developed the gated community. So always try to learn, always try to create something which can give the comfort and luxury to the client.
Great. Sir, Neelkanth as a word, ठीक है, तो जब भी नीलकंठ एज अ वर्ड की अगर हम बात करें तो शेफ जी की तरफ हमारा ध्यान आकर्षित होता है. सो वी ऑल्सो थिंक स्टार्ट प्रॉब्ली लिंकिंग इट विद द माउंटेन्स, ठीक है, विद प्रॉब्ली रिवर स्ट्रीम, विथ लेक. सो दिस नेम हैज द रिजेम्बलेंस इन योर प्रोजेक्ट एज वेल, or it is just for a brand name?
So Neelkanth, yeah, you rightly said, Neelkanth is basically the bird, and it's also indicates Shiva. So one thing, the spiritual side, yes, Shiva, but we always wanted to be the near to the nature. So you look at whatever location we have chosen, whatever location we have bought, it's all next to the nature. So you are getting that feeling of the, like, you always, when you get up, you can see the mountain, you can see the lake. So that's the main thing. Other thing, Neelkanth, if you see the story of Neelkanth, Shivji ne wish piya, and then he has taken all the, so we basically, we can't say wish, but we have taken all the feedback and everything, and we give the best of the best from there. So
sir, ये जो wish है, ठीक है, yeah, I would say pain, that you have taken all that pain.
I'm trying to say same thing, but wish नहीं है, whatever pain we have taken to create this legacy, and to create, to give basically to our customer.
So my next topic is, or probably a discussion point is related to that only. Sir, ये जो pain अब बोलते हैं real estate developer लेता है, majority of this pain comes because of the government, probably because of approvals, because of delay in infrastructure project for that location which was already sanctioned. So one of the best example that we can talk today is Navi Mumbai airport was sanctioned in 2000. ठीक है, 2010 तक पहला फ्लाइट लेना चाहिए. टुडे वी आर इन 2024. होपफुली राइट नाउ फ्लाइट का टेस्ट हो चुका है, तो 2025 में वी विल बी एबल टू सी फर्स्ट. या दे आर सेइंग, एंड वी आर होपिंग कि पहला फ्लाइट टेक ऑफ हो जाएगा 2025. सो दीज आर द पेन विच इवेंचुअली गोज ऑन द कंज्यूमर.
Right.
Developer has to face that pain, but eventually it goes on the consumer part of it. So what is the major hurdle that a developer face? Is it something to do with land acquisition, or is it something to do with government approvals?
So land acquisition, like, it's like, so two things. One is the external. So government, basically, if you have to develop a project, you have to get more than 100 approvals. So you can see how painful,
easy it is
to do that thing. And other thing, when we say, so basically getting a land, yes, right now lands are not available. We bought this land when the market was there, and right now people are going for, like, looking at JV and JD. So that's not very tough, yeah, but you can get that thing because there's both are the businessman, both are partner.
Correct.
Dealing with the government, when you go and get the approval, that is going to be a task. And whether you like it or you don't like it, you have to do that. So what I'm trying to say on the pain side, it's not a pain. Again, I'm saying, so when we as a developer, when you go in the market and we want to try, so everybody can't be the developer. So concept has gone like somebody just thought कि बस मेरे पास पैसा है, land है, let me create some building. If you look at all the developer who has created, they were basically creator. They wanted to create something which create a landmark in the particular location. It's not about मेरे को बिल्डिंग बनाने का, बेचने का. That's of course a business, but same time I want to create a landmark where people will remember to you. So that's the idea. If you see, very few developer who follow that thing. Otherwise people do the cookie cutter. बस ये है, इसका इतना FSI है, we have to create that thing, we have to milk or this thing, get the money and get out.
More run it as a professional manufacturing unit, as a part of real estate.
My personal view, developer has to be creative. He has to be a taste of, like, what you want to create. He may be saying, "Boss, hey, you don't know what the product you want. I know what you want." So even doing the architecture, what exterior has to come, planning your apartment, what you as a consumer would like to have. You may not be think of बस ऐसा मेरे को चाहिए, but developer can think how the cross ventilation will help you, how the view can help you, why should I buy the land on this location. So these are things developer take the pain to create. So when I say pain, that pain means that getting all these things together and then building. It's not like I just set up a factory and then it's on the assembly line. I can create a product and then I can go and sell in the market. When I start doing something, that's when you go on the drawing board, when you go to the approval, when you do acquire thing, you get the profession involved, you have all. So they put their 100% in that. Because it's like, for them, it's like their baby. Boss, I want to create something. I want to create. People should know me about this kind of creation product. So that's the main thing.
So as a Neelkanth, as a brand, what you guys are creating right now? I mean, what are the ongoing projects that you guys are doing right now?
So right now we have project at Thane. What we are doing, it's a 13-acre parcel. We have already delivered around 3 buildings. 2 buildings underway. If you can see that, so that will give like one building. We have like each floor has only 2 flats. I can very well create 4 flats, 5 flats, but just to give that, because clients with a luxury client who's looking for 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom kind of apartment, he want to have something like that kind of thing. So we are doing that thing. We have 500,000 square feet pipeline at the same project, which we are going to develop next 3 to 4 years times. Pipeline we have something 500,000 square feet at Ghatkopar, which we have already developed a project there. As a part of that thing we have to develop. We have land bank in various locations, but our focus is going to be MMR. That's what we are looking at. We are not looking at to be like, boss, मेरे को बहुत बड़ा builder बनना है, acquire 100 acre and all. We want to be like a boutique kind of thing. Same time, we want to grow. You can say best in the class. We want to be like not the biggest, but we want to be like somehow we are trying to become best.
So what is one essence as a developer that you would like to continue ensuring that a consumer or any one stakeholder is able to find in every projects?
Luxury space. Then we want to be innovative. And basically we want to be ahead of the curve, the way we are looking at, because the way we are planning it, like we want to give the new face. And there the main thing is like, you can say we want to create a benchmark on the excellence, innovation and sustainability. So one thing we said, nature. We talk about the nature. Okay, we buy the land because that's your choice. You can get the land, you may not get the land, but always try to become near to the nature. Second thing, how the project can get sustainable, because you can create something, but if it's not sustainable, because look, today if you look at the infrastructure, look at the utility, you have to have reduce the carbon footprint, where you have to use your recycle water, you have to, whatever things comes on sustainability. Of course, government is putting you there, you have to go with the MOF and all, but you can take the extra precaution and provide something to your end consumer where they can enjoy. So then they don't need to look for the maintenance and all. They can use the same thing, and then it's like basically enhancing the life of the product, and same time they can enjoy the amenity and everything. So that's the main thing.
कितना shocking है ना, मतलब what you are talking right now. Ideally, all this should have been ideally done by the government.
Yeah.
मतलब अपन अगर international market अगर देखें तो community center has been built by the government, sports complex has been built by the government, and all real estate developer has to do is build individual buildings in and around these kind of government facilities, so that these facilities is been used, provided by the government, for what real estate developer end up paying premiums. बट यहाँ पे उल्टा होता है, प्रीमियम भी रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर ही देता है और फिर फैसिलिटी भी रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर ही देता है. तो कहाँ ना कहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट का सारा लोड जो है वो रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर उठा रहा है और सॉल्व कर रहा है.
सो कॉन्सेप्ट लेवल पे क्या आइडली गवर्नमेंट शुड बी डूइंग मास्टर प्लानिंग, कि बॉस ये मेरा मास्टर प्लानिंग है, दिस इज आई एम पुटिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, व्हाट यू राइटली सेड, इंटरनेशनली दे प्रोवाइड ऑल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, बॉस नाउ यू डू द बिल्डिंग. मैं बोलता हूँ बिल्डर वो भी करने के लिए तैयार है. यू प्रोवाइड दैट थिंग, यू डू योर मास्टर प्लानिंग, यू से बस इतना सेटबैक रहेगा, आई विल गिव दैट एफएसआई एंड एवरीथिंग. आई थिंक वी आर हैप्पी टू डू दैट थिंग. प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, यू स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग देन गवर्नमेंट कम्स. So they always try to do the infrastructure afterward when the development goes there. If they create certain thing, which they are doing, if you look at now, they started
recent
doing
years.
Thing,
yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah. So then it will help to grow the city. It will help to grow the economy. People will come and they will settle down. So infrastructure, government has to support. But a lot of connectivity they are now providing. Like,
when it comes to connectivity, पहले लोग साउथ बॉम्बे की तरफ भागते थे, वो crowded होने लग गया. I would say over crowded होने लग गया. People started moving towards suburbs, especially central if I have to talk about Sion, BKC, and western if I have to talk about Khar, Bandra, Santa Cruz, Andheri, all these places. Last couple of years, Thane has developed to a great extent.
yeah.
ठीक है. And how would you rate infrastructure of Thane, and what consumer are able to face today in Thane? Is it good or bad when it comes to travel point of view, commute, infra related facilities provided by the government? So what is your viewpoint on that?
So Thane, you rightly say earlier when the development started in Thane, it was a very industrial area. People used to say, who will go to Thane? Now Thane, if you look at it, it's a kind of self-sustainable city. You can say it's a twin city kind of thing, Mumbai and Thane. Infra-wise, the best part, we are connected with the extensive highways, so you can very well connect to the city. You can use the freeway. Other thing, I think I have heard freeway is also getting extended to Thane.
Correct.
Thane metro is getting connected from both the side. Thane internal metro is also getting connected, and luckily I got to know even one metro is going to over to my project, and the last stop is going to be Neelkanth Heights. So
भी उसके सारे flats hold कर दोगे?
नहीं अभी कुछ hold नहीं करेंगे. I'm saying that's the connectivity. So what we have seen 20 years back or 15 years back, Thane has grown much beyond that. I remember Thane was not having any flyover. Now you see all the Godbandha Road, all this Eastern Express Highway. Now they are planning to do some more infra. I heard that coastal road connecting to the Gaimok. Going forward, Thane is going to be location.
I think Thane के लिए सबसे important जो मेरे को लगता है is Virar Alibag corridor.
Yes.
So that all your heavy vehicles which is on Gorbandar Road need to be shifted from Gorbandar Road to Virar Alibag, this express highway.
Yes.
तो जैसे ये स्ट्रेच आपका खाली हो जाएगा तो कंजेशन बहुत अलग लेवल पे हो जाएगा, बिकॉज आपका 80-90% occupancy of heavy vehicles is on Gorbandar Road. So I believe that's
Gorbandar used to be single lane if you
so 97, 98
so
we used to travel, it used to be single lane kacha road, I would say.
When the city grow, then things will start moving. So they have to, the government come afterward. Okay, now let me develop some infra. So,
right.
So that's why it's growing.
So let's come to let's little bit shift our conversation from Neelkanth, from Gorbandar Road, from infra government. Let's shift it towards investment point of view. तो ना काफ़ी सालों से, I would say last 10 years, all finance guys have been focusing and saying कि यार आप घर क्यों खरीद रहे हो, ठीक है, उससे अच्छा तो रेंट पे रह लो और ये पैसा आप SIP में डाल दो. सो 1 करोड़ के घर का EMI 80,000 के आसपास कराएगा. यू टेक इट ऑन रेंट फॉर 40,000 यू डू SIP and 10 years down the line your property value is around 1.5 crore, but your SIP will fetch you around 3.5 crores. ठीक है. So I want to understand how far it is true. First, second, what would be your advice since you have born and brought up in real estate, ठीक है, for 25 odd years. So what would be your experience and what is your advice to new generation or probably someone who follow this kind of principle? So what is your advice to it?
So first of all, what these people are saying, like, okay, SIP kar lo, ye kar lo, real estate going to be real. And if you look at recently, I think this Jirodha promoter, Mr. Kamath.
Yes.
I think he's on the same thought. He was SIP karo, invest in the stock, why to buy in flat, and I think he bought himself some flat.
And expensive one.
So let's not go into that, because ultimately you need a house. घर तो चाहिए ना बॉस, घर तो रहने के लिए चाहिए. Whatever you say, बस मेरे को यहाँ invest. See, this is all the asset class. People buy home for staying there. People buy home for like looking at that safe investment. And आपको रियल एस्टेट ने कभी निगेटिव तो दिया नहीं है. इफ यू आर देयर, इट्स अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट. यू कीप ऑन एंड यू कैन सी दैट. मेरा है प्रॉपर्टी. स्टॉक में क्या आज देखा ऊपर गया नीचे गया, यू डोंट नो हु इज बाइंग. समटाइम तो पीपल पुट इन द स्टॉक, यू डोंट नो व्हाट दिस कंपनी डज. बट किसी ने बोला तो पैसे डाल दिए.
हर्षद मेहता.
सो सी, एंड दूसरा क्या, रियल एस्टेट इज इमोशनल वैल्यू फॉर एनी इंडियंस. घर चाहिए तो घर चाहिए.
तो सर मैंने ना ये सेम सवाल मैंने किसी से पूछा था. आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू नेम दैट पर्सन, He is one of the financial advisor to very big government agency, I would say. तो बोला गिरीश किसी को बोलना मत, but the only one asset class which grows while you are using it is
Yeah,
real estate.
it's only appreciating asset.
तो
बाकी
गोल्ड
सब
आप
depreciating
लॉकर में
है.
रख दोगे, स्टॉक आप फोन में रखोगे, डीमैट अकाउंट में रखोगे, बट द ओनली क्लास एसेट क्लास इज रियल एस्टेट व्हिच यू आर यूजिंग इट व्हाइल इट इज आल्सो ग्रोइंग एट द सेम टाइम.
Yeah.
तो बोला कि रियल एस्टेट विल ऑलवेज बी अ रियल एस्टेट एंड दैट्स द ओनली
See,
इमोशनल टच
cycle
एंड
comes
फील.
ups and down, but real estate कभी आपको लगेगा नहीं कि फिर से बॉटम पे गया है जहां से कभी स्टार्ट हुआ था. मतलब we have seen this market, and I can say Powai market was 2,700, 2,800, today 40,000, 50,000 trading. Thane we have seen
Correct,
1,000
correct.
to 1,200.
Today it is at 25,000,
So अभी उससे
30,000
ज्यादा
rupees
क्या
a square
चाहिए?
feet.
And plus you are staying there, you are happy.
Staying there, yes. Utilizing that place.
So my view, real estate is going to be there all the time. Whatever you say कि boss SIP करो, that's another way of investing. People should do some investment, they're saving another thing, but you should have your own house. And for the young generation, even though they say about Gen Z, they don't care and all, but I think they have to look at, when they look at a long term, they need to invest into real estate, because real estate will give some kind of like asset which they can enjoy, they can get the rental, whatever they can utilize that thing. That's going to be there with them.
Sir, I believe Gen Z do care about real estate. ये एक बहुत बड़ा myth है, because I have been meeting many influencers, those who are probably age bracket of 23 years age, 25 years age, millions of followers and able to make good amount of money. The first thing that they want to do is they want to buy home. That's the first thing that they want to do. मतलब I have known couple of influencers. सर 3-5 करोड़ का उन्होंने रिसेंटली यूनिट परचेस किया अपने खुद के लिए, एंड दैट वाज देयर ड्रीम कम ट्रू सिनेरियोस. सो जेन जी ऑफ कोर्स लुक फॉर
मतलब people any age group, मतलब see घर एक चीज है इंडिया में ना, whatever you say, whatever modern you are, whatever you say, but घर तो चाहिए. एक होता है बस मेरा ये घर होना चाहिए. We get client where the earlier wife used to influence कि बस खरीद लो. Now children are influencing.
करेक्ट.
कि बस पापा मेरे को इस फ्लोर पे ही चाहिए, and I want this, and this is going to be my room. So there,
Which also means for all the developers, those who are watching this podcast, that children are the influencer today. So if you want to have a right product or probably a right sale, start targeting children and start making the product which is more sustainable and more friendly towards the entire family point of view, and not just a luxury or a status symbol for parents.
yeah, we should, so we can't ignore them. But now
Correct.
they demand, they come and they, what amenities you have, how can they are different, they have different thought process.
No, टाइम चले गया डैड के पीछे चुपचाप
हाँ,
करके खड़े रहते
डैड ने
थे.
जो बोल दिया ले लिया, घर ही तो है, ये रूम तुम्हारा है, नहीं मेरा रूम होगा तो बॉस ऐसा होना चाहिए, आई वांट दिस टाइप,
ये amenities चाहिए बिल्डिंग में.
डैड सुन भी रहे ना आज के डेट में. सो
I think you are on the sailing in the same boat.
yeah, I mean, I have a kid, so he said, "Was this is my room? I want this way." ठीक है भाई.
So we have come so far with like real estate का real ज्ञान को लेके. I would like to ask you, affordability एक बहुत बड़ा question mark हो गया है. दो developer called luxury, affordable luxury, ठीक है, और बोलता है अरे थाने में तो क्या है, सस्ते में मिल जाएगा, मुलुंड में सस्ते में मिल जाएगा. And when you end up looking or probably visiting these kind of projects or location, 2.5 crore, 3 crore, 3.5 crores. I mean, few apartments or few developer are selling units in Mulund, Thane, starting from 5. Neelkanth is selling a couple of units at 18-20 odd crores also, for that matter. So affordability बोलना एक बहुत easy है, that it is an affordable segment, but I don't think affordability is there anymore. It is just a myth. So what is your take on that?
So affordability is very subjective if you look at on the developer point of view, because if you see how the Mumbai has grown, you rightly say South Bombay, when it started getting unaffordable, people have moved to Central Bombay. Central Bombay, say then they moved to suburb they moved to the outskirts. So it all depends how your budget, what is your budget. रियल अफोर्डेबिलिटी से गवर्नमेंट को छोड़ दो, तो गवर्नमेंट को अगर अफोर्डेबल बना, दे हैव टू डू द सब्सिडी, गिव द फ्री लैंड एंड गेट द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एंड क्रिएट एंड देन गिव द, बिकॉज द गाय हु लुकिंग एट अफोर्डेबल अपार्टमेंट, दे आर लुकिंग एट 10-15 लाख का अपार्टमेंट. हम तो बना ही नहीं पाएंगे.
हाँ, क्योंकि मैं रिसेंट वीडियो आई सॉ, I mean, if you are buying a property worth 1 crore from a developer, almost 50% goes towards the government in taxes, direct or indirect.
That's the
But
thing
it
ना.
goes towards the government.
अब कुछ भी ले लो, जीएसटी ले लो, ऑन द कंस्ट्रक्शन पे आपका 18% है, सर्विस पे है. सो यू कैन नॉट क्रिएट अफोर्डेबल. सो दैट्स थिंग, अफोर्डेबिलिटी गोज टू यू एंड मी. आई मे टुडे अफोर्ड लाइक अ गुड कार. That's my affordability. Tomorrow, if I want to buy Mercedes or BMW, it depends on my affordability. So even in real segment, ये बॉस मेरे को घर चाहिए रहने के लिए, तो you can go some outskirts and buy like rightly you said, एक करोड़ में 1 BHK ले लिया. If you want to buy like something because मेरे को ये luxury चाहिए, मेरे को location चाहिए, then you have to pay the price. हमें क्या होता है, लैंड प्राइस उसके हिसाब से हमें. So when we go and buy some property at the prime location, land price goes with the location wise. Construction cost आपको पता ही, when you have to create something. So I would not say it's affordable. It depends upon what is your budget and what you want to buy.
So
we
which,
cannot
which
create
actually means affordability एक बहुत बड़ा myth है. मतलब 1 करोड़ रुपए का 1 BHK को आज अफोर्डेबिलिटी बोलना पड़ रहा है अपने को.
आज एक्चुअली वो affordable
अफोर्डेबल सेगमेंट में आ गए. तो अफोर्डेबल एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है. कमिंग टू द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ इट, when we talk about affordability and when we talk about like developer making money, so do you think developer are the main reason of skyrocketing real estate prices what is going today? मतलब आज prices have increased almost 50 to 80% across India, I would say. मतलब DLF was selling 50 crores का unit in Delhi. People are selling 50-80 crores का bungalows in Goa, Alibag, all these places. And even in Mumbai, Hyderabad and all other location, Bangalore for that matter, the prices have shoot up almost by 50-60%. And as a consumer, and me also as an individual, I feel developer are the one who is making these prices go up, skyrocketing and making big money out of it. So how far this is true, or again there is some other reason of this price getting increased on year on year?
I can give some reference, like the raw material for developer is the land.
Correct.
And you can guess anything, the land price in Mumbai. So getting the land price, suppose I bought a land at X price and this entire approval process take me 2 years, and then your capital cost is 15% to 20%. You have either you borrow or paid something.
Correct.
Already आपका cost उतना बढ़ गया. Then you have to build. You have to wait for 3 years, 4 years. So believe me, developers are not making money. Before COVID, I know certain period in the South Bombay and even the Mumbai, they were getting single digit return.
Oh.
So not even getting. So maximum पैसा बनाता है government. And that's their fixed return. They
Sleeping partner without investment.
Builder को going to get the land, buy the land or do the JVJD, put the cost prices has gone, escalation has gone so high, and it's going to grow. So we are not making. So today if you're making around 15 to 18% IRR, I think that's where people are making. So doing all this is any industry, and that's a risk. Carrying the risk was holding the inventory, creating, because we are not creating certain product which we can sell tomorrow and then we can get our return.
Correct.
We start the product, it takes 3-4 years time. We have to keep that relation with the client, and then we have to get our money in the slab wise and other things. So you have to put the money, and then you have to have a carry cost. So developers are not making money. It's not developer is inflating the rate. Its rate is actually sometimes we even crib because we are not getting the rate what we are putting the money and other things. So sometimes we have to sell below the price something because of the land and because the cost of the construction. This rate is a factor of that thing. Even today we want to sell below the price, you can't sell.
Nobody sell below the price.
But sometimes market may push you. This happened in past, but you cannot go below. So we are not going like, it's not like margin of 100%. People think अरे developer का margin तो 50% 100% है. वो नहीं है. People are not making money.
Okay. So one big question probably most of the audience that they would have in their mind And before we conclude our conversation and this podcast episode, there is a war which is going on right now. Multiple wars, I would say.
Mhm.
It was just Russia and Ukraine at one given point of time, but आज Iran और Israel नहीं है, but there are multiple wars which is happening, and few are handling on field, but there is a cyber war, there is a bio war as well.
Yeah, yes.
At some places which is happening or probably bound to happen in future. Do you see a big impact on global economy which is already there? In few of the countries are already facing that heat. India has not seen anything yet. The stock market corrected in last couple of sessions, but we have not seen a great impact. Do you see that impact coming to real estate, coming to economy as such, and this will probably impact the sales price also, for that matter, or probably the per square feet price, there will be a price correction? Do you see that or foresee that happening in this year or
I don't
coming
think
months?
because India economy is so robust. See, these all stock markets, it's run with the sentiment. Okay, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर ने पैसा निकाल लिया, मार्केट चला गया, यूएस में कुछ हुआ, मार्केट चला गया. बट इंडिया कंज्यूमर पैटर्न लाइक दैट, वी हैव अ कंज्यूमर, बस कहाँ जाएगा? द इकोनॉमी इज ग्रोइंग, एवरीबॉडी लुकिंग इन इंडिया, द मनी फ्लो इज कमिंग टू इंडिया, पीपल आर पुटिंग मनी टू इंडिया, देयर दे आर लुकिंग एट द ग्रोथ. सो इंडिया मार्केट नॉट गोइंग टू गो एनीवेयर. पीपल आर अर्निंग मनी. अभी लास्ट जो आप देखें इनकम टैक्स का डेटा देखो, करोड़पति जो है बहुत बढ़ गए जो टैक्स फाइल कर रहे हैं. सो वो चलता रहेगा, इकोनॉमी ग्रो करेगी. इंडिया मतलब समटाइम हो गया वो ठीक है, यूएस का वो वार हुआ, बट समटाइम वी आर इवन गेनिंग फ्रॉम द वार. सो एवरीबडी लुकिंग एट, अभी आप देखो जो भी हो रहा है, वी आर गोइंग वेरी स्ट्रांग बिकॉज ऑफ आवर डोमेस्टिक कंजम्पशन.
Because of domestic
consumption. And not domestic, all the even people are looking at 1.4 billion people here in India as a consumer.
As a consumer.
तो सबको आना है हमारे पास. So कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. The market is going to go like this only.
Right.
We are.
So lastly, before we close, real estate is important, investment is important. इसके पहले कोई regulation नहीं था. Thank God Maharera is in place. What is your viewpoint for Maharera? Is it there to protect the developer, or is it really acting for the buyer interest as well by protecting them, securing their investment? क्योंकि पहले before Maharera, NRIs, especially NRIs, used to shy away from investing with like B category, C category developer. Listed है तो ठीक है, otherwise they used to shy away from investment, putting money in under construction projects. Many people, lower middle class people have burned their hands. But Maharera, what is your take and what is your viewpoint on that?
I think this happened. This regulatory was required for the industry, and those professional companies who want to be transparent with the client, they all are happy. We are happy because you have to be transparent with the client, and the client is getting all the information. This regulatory was required because it's actually cut down the 40-50% people who wanted to become a real estate and they don't know real estate. So client knows what they are getting, so they can go to those. Today the clients are so smart. Before coming to your site, they check your RERA, everything. बस ये है तुम्हारा है कि नहीं है. It's very good. It's helped to the entire industry, not only the
Correct.
builder and consumer. I think it's creating a relation between them. So trust factor has come. I don't need to convince because मैंने ये किया है, मेरा अप्रूवल है. मतलब इफ यू रिमेंबर अर्लियर अप्रूवल नहीं होता था, लैंड मिलती पब्लिक बेच के निकल जाती थी. नाउ दैट इज नॉट देयर. रेरा इज कंट्रोलिंग. रेरा सेइंग हे कीप द मनी 70% टू सम अकाउंट, सो यू हैव टू कंप्लीट द प्रोजेक्ट.
Correct.
सो दैट्स द रेगुलेटरी वाज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज सी व्हाट वी सेल्फ ड्रीम. बंदा आया बोलेंगे हम ये बनाएंगे, विल बिल्ड एंड विल गिव इट यू नेक्स्ट 3-4 years टाइम. Nobody was there who can regulate how you are going to build, what you promise you are going to deliver. And where you're the fund. RERA has the power today. If they see your cash flow is not matching with your cost, so they can even hold 100% money. So that's a very good thing happen, I think, in India, and it's good for everybody. Where real estate was lacking some regulator, real estate lacking something who can. I can't say they're controlling, they are actually monitoring, and now RERA is also acting very positive way. They are also doing arbitration between the consumer and
Consumer and a
developer.
developer.
But sometimes misconceptions come. They think
Mhm.
something. So it's a good thing to happen.
So with this, we close our episode for today. For all those who are looking for investment in real estate, and Neelkanth can be one of the brand choice for them. I will leave out all the details and link for you guys to search for their projects in the description below. And continue and stay tuned. Don't forget to follow Neelkanth Realty and Prop Gyani Girish Shalvani.